Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I am coming on here to do the Valkyrie Team Training 3 Senses Obstacle course. I am super excited to bring this to you. If you don't know me or are new to the group, I am Coach Bren, and today we're stepping into what is one of our newest, most powerful teamwork drills that we have in our Valkyrie training. And this is in our Valkyrie Training Bootcamp Ascension 2-hour class that is in-person class when we go to events, fantasy events, but also in our Valkyrie Regimen online program. So a lot of people either think we only do online or we only do in person, but we do both. So our Valkyrie Regimen 4-week program is body, mind, and blade. So you get the Valkyrie Bootcamp, so the combat, the sword and shield, the teamwork building. You get the Valkyrie mind stilling and meditation. So that's breathwork, meditation, gentle movement, Valkyrie mobility, all in one in a 4-week program. So it's 4 days of training, 2 days of recovery each week for 4 weeks. So if you like this, you can either attend a class and try it out. You can try it online in our app, or you can take what I teach you today and just try this obstacle course online. But if you want the full, all of the obstacle courses and all of the different things we do in the boot camps, you're definitely gonna want to try the Valkyrie Regimen. So with that being said, we're gonna dive in. So this 3 Senses obstacle course was inspired by the trend going on right now where I'm calling it the 3 Senses cake bake. So you have friends, family, whatever, one can't see, one can't hear, one can't speak, and they have to bake a cake together. So usually the one who can't speak is the one reading the directions, so they have to figure out how to gesture to the person who can't hear, and then the person who can't hear has to speak to the person who can't see, and they have to bake the cake. So we're doing that, but we're doing it tactical team building style and Valkyrie style. So this is going to challenge your communication, coordination, and creativity and problem solving. So in this challenge, you're going to need a group of 3 people, or there's also a way I set up that you can do this on your own. I'm going to explain the group setting first, and then I'll explain the individual aspect on your own if you want to try it on your own. Now, because I had to make it fantasy style, I had to give each person a title, because that's just, fantasy, D&D of me. So the person who is not speaking, you are the strategist. So you have to read the obstacle instructions and understand the path without verbally communicating, and use gestures or acting out instructions to guide your team. The navigator will rely on visual guidance from the strategist to guide the challenger through the course using verbal and nonverbal signals. Well, not nonverbal signals, because the challenger can't see them. The challenger looks to the navigator for direction, but not literally, and trusts that their verbal signals are going to maneuver them with their sword through the obstacle course. Now I'm reading directly off of the variation guide that you would get if you were doing this. So when it comes to setup, you could either do this now and follow along as I guide you to set it up, or you can watch the playback and do this later on the weekend, or not even watch the playback and just download the guide and do this with your friends on the weekends or family. So what you'll need, and this isn't concrete, so I'm going to give you a bunch of different varieties of options. So small plyometric hoops, so that's all the circles behind me. You could use paper plates. You can use weight, like plates, if you're at a gym. So typically, if you have like these rubber ones, like my 10s are black, my 15s are orange, my 25s are yellow, so something colorful. You can use paper plates and just take a crayon, color pencil, Sharpie marker, and write blue, red, yellow on the paper plate so that you guys can see the different ones. But essentially, you could have pillows that are different colors. You get the gist. Small items that are maybe about this big that are different colors. From there, balance beam. Again, don't need an actual balance beam. You can have a chalk line on the ground if you're outside, a taped line, a towel that you roll up, a battle rope laying out, a blanket rolled up. Essentially, you just need something straight for them to adhere to that straight line. So it doesn't actually have to be a balance beam. It could be something that they walk alongside of, or some of the variations, they'll go up and over it, but you just need something that goes straight for a little while that they can follow along with. From there, dip bars. You can use a dip bar if you actually have one, but if you don't, you can use a plyo box, you can use a chair. Essentially, you're either going to go under it, around it, move a ball with it, depending on the instructions and the variations. We'll get to in a second. We had a situation where we had to make two obstacle courses and run them at the same time because of how big the class was at Stardust. So what we did was we used our smaller dip bars, which are more like parallettes. But what I said was, if the instruction says go under, just go over. So you can make adaptations like that if you need to. From there, there's a hoop with a ball in it. That can be a big hula hoop if you have one. This is irrigation pipe with electrical tape if you want to get clever. Or plyometric hoops will be fine as well. So that says I have here is a ball with a little plyometric hoop in it. You can also use a paper plate with like a golf ball or a bouncy ball. It doesn't really matter as long as you have something with something in the middle of it is again what you're looking for. And then from there, balls, and we talked about the balls. Talked about the balls already. Fantasy reader, sorry. And then cones or something small that has different colors in it. So that's that end piece over here where we set up. You can see I have 4 different color cones here and then different plyometric hoops here. Now you could have 4 different colored cups instead of plyometric hoops and then 4 different colored rocks. You can, whatever you need to do. You just need things to have signified different colors. You can use paper plates and lacrosse balls, tennis balls. Really, if you want, the paper plates would be great because you could just write red on it. So that would be a great substitution. And then from there, the course is set up. And what I mean the course is set up is if you get this guide, so you comment at the bottom and you say guide, you could get it this weekend. Only our members have it in our app, but I will share it with anyone who comments in this. You'll get an instructor's guide as well as the participant instructions. So the instructor's guide will do everything that I just talked you through and setting everything up and then tell you how to start setting up the participants, which is the next part we're gonna get to. So when it comes to actually being participants in this, as an instructor, I will hand out my participant sheets. It's gonna be 1 participant sheet per 3 people because this is Valkyrie training. So we got Nesta, Emery, Gwen, that's a squad. So I have everyone breaks up into a group of 3s and everyone gets a participant variation. So there's 10 of them. See, that's number 1. That's number 10. If you're only doing this with your family, just pick one, doesn't matter. If you're doing multiple groups of people and you have more than 30 people, then just print these twice and a couple people will have doubles. But the reason I made different variations is because I don't want people to be able to watch the team that goes in front of them and then learn from them and do better. I want everyone to have an organic experience without getting ideas from anyone else. So with that being said, if you're actually doing this and we're starting, everyone's broken up into the groups of 3s, we're all standing around, we hand out the participant sheet to each squad. Immediately, when you hand the participant sheet to the squads, you're going to say, fold it in almost half so that the red words are on one side and the black words are the other. Red, black. All right. From there, you say, all right, squads, read the black words. You give them a second, you tell them to look up when they're done. They read, which was everything I just said. Welcome, you're doing a 3 senses obstacle course. You're gonna be the strategist, navigator, challenger, assign everyone their roles, and then explains what pieces are in the obstacle course so they're aware what they're doing. Everyone looks up, they all have their positions assigned. From there you say, okay, strategist, because now they have all their positions assigned. Take the instructions and don't let anyone read the red words. Only you can read the red words. And now we're ready to start the obstacle courses. So again, the strategist would be reading the course variation on this side, and then not using words, but physical gestures to explain to the navigator how the challenger needs to go through the course. So a couple things that I noticed worked good in terms of setup and logistics is for the strategist, have them, if there's multiple groups, in one spot where they have to like stay there on the sidelines kind of thing. So for our net strategists, they were at the end of the obstacle course and all of them were kind of in a line here and then guiding their people over there to do what they need to do. For the challenger and the navigator, the challenger obviously are going to line up here to start the obstacle course. What I recommend the navigator does is stay with the challenger through the course. So as I am the challenger going through, the navigator's here, they can't hear, and they're guiding the challenger through everything with their words, because they can't see. So then they would turn that way, I'd come over here, and then I guide them through on this side. One thing I noticed that you have to specify, because it happens and you don't know things that will happen until they happen, is you have to tell the navigators they cannot move the challengers unless they're in like danger of tripping over something. Because what I had happening was they're like, okay, next obstacle, and they move them to it. The point of this is to communicate with them and work on your communication skills so that you have to navigate them with your words. Okay, take a step forward. Okay, slowly move your foot forward. You're gonna feel a balance beam. That kind of wordage is what you're looking for. Or have them come down to their hands and knees if they need to pick up a ball so they can find it, things like that. So you have to get creative with your wording. You can't just move them through it with your hands. It defeats the purpose. Anything else for logistics? I think that's everything. Yes, that's everything. So when it comes to muting the senses, you have a couple different options. The TikToks that I've seen for like the 3 senses cake bake, they usually just put their headphones in and play some music. We have noise canceling headphones that we used. You can actually buy these in a pack of 5. This is live, I'm leaving it there. You can buy those in a pack of 5. And if you have a bigger group of people, we also bought disposable masks for the strategist and disposable eye masks for the challenger. And then for the headphones, we just had the navigators sanitize them. So I think that is absolutely everything when it comes to coming through this for a group. Yes, so quick reminder of all of the things for groups. You'll break into your groups of 3. You'll fold the paper in half. As a group of 3, you'll read the black instructions. Once everyone has their assigned roles, the strategist will read the red instructions, and then you will go through the obstacle course as a group. If you're doing this alone, and for those who are members, I have this explanation, both of the group and individuals, in the Valkyrie Regimen. So if you do the 4-week program, you'll have the individual explanation as well for you to do this as part of your program. So if we're doing this alone, we are not focusing on communication skills and problem solving, we're focusing on memorization and problem solving. So what you'll have to do, or what I recommend you do, you can do whatever you want, it's a free country, is when you start the obstacle course, I recommend going through it 3 times, minimum, in 3 different ways. You can go multiple times in each way if you need to. The first way is going through it while reading it. So step with 1 foot in each hoop while holding my sword in high guard. All right, pulling out my sword. All right, so I'm gonna go like this. All right, from there, walk sideways on the balance beam while keeping the sword extended to whichever end is the front. And then walking sideways. Again, if I didn't have a balance beam and then there's just a battle rope, I would go in front of the battle rope. Walks, and then from there, crawl or duck under while taking the sword with you with the bar. So as I said, if it says go under and you have something you can't go under, you can go over, around, adjust accordingly. From there, place the ball in the center of the hoop, holding the sword in the left hand. All right. From there, place sword down, push ball through bar, and then come around through. So we push the ball through, come around, grab my sword, and then place the red cone inside the blue hoop. So that's the first time now. Then what I recommend doing is once you went through it with the paper, try to go through it without the paper. So you'll go through it, I'm not gonna go through it again, but you do it without the paper. Then, if you're feeling confident, you can try to go through it blindfolded by yourself. This course is set up so that there's nothing egregiously dangerous. Like we're not having them jump on top of a file box and jump off of it. Everything's very low to the floor, crawling, things like that. So make adjustments with that being said. So that's how you do it individually. Go through it with the paper, go through it without the paper. If you want to try it blindfold, stay safe, stay mindful, make good decisions. That's how you do it individually and in a group. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So whether you're trying this today or your next Valkyrie gathering this weekend, strength isn't just physical. It's about how you have teamwork, how you work on your memorization, how you adapt under pressure, and how you wield your limitations like tools, right? Yeah. So if you love this challenge and want to go way deeper, like I said, we do this in person in our Valkyrie Training Ascension 2-hour class. As well, the Valkyrie Regimen Body, Mind, and Blade 4-week program combines the combat, sword, and shield conditioning, Valkyrie mind stilling and meditation, and Valkyrie mobility all in one. So you get this obstacle course as well as our other ones like the Blood Ray Qualifier obstacle course, which is our 1-hour class, all in an online program, so you can do it. If you can't go to our in-person class and you can't go on our app and you still want this guide to try it, for this weekend, I'm going to give it out to anyone. So if you comment guide below, I will give you the guide just for this weekend, even if you're not in our membership, because I want everyone to try this. So with that being said, if you try this, please, 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 videotape it, time-lapse it, whatever you want to do. We time-lapsed it with my family, and because I did it with my husband and our little one, and it was hilarious. We had so much fun with it. We went through it a couple times. A lot of these group-based training, obstacle courses and team building exercises that we put into the Valkyrie training program are actually really family friendly and fun. So record yourself, post it, and tag us. Please tag us. I want to see you guys trying this. I think it'll be so fun for you, and I want to share in our enjoyment, pleasure, and all the things in between. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have fun. I hope you try it out. Comment below if you want. Say guide, and I'll give it to you. And other than that, I hope you guys have a nice weekend. I'm going to clean up and get a workout in. Bye.